What is up, Mayhem family? Welcome back for another exciting workout. We have a cardio and core workout coming at you. It's gonna burn. We have Kristen and Stevie here in the studio, and we are ready to rock and roll. Let's get started. All right, we're gonna get started with this warm up here in 10 seconds. We are gonna be starting out warming up our run with some high knees in place. So we got 3, 2, 1, go. So if you are pregnant or postpartum, this is a perfect workout for you because we have Kristen doing our Mayhem Moms version. So she's gonna do a little bit of less intensity. Stevie, once he starts feeling good enough, he can kind of get a little more, yeah, there we go, a little more high knee action going. So if you're not able to jump, maybe you're in an apartment or you are just kind of looking for that lower intensity, just raise it up. We're gonna go ahead and transition into a butt kick. So again, you can kind of start out slow, getting that heel as close to the butt as possible. As you kind of go on, if you're able to, as you see Stevie doing, just bringing up the intensity just a little bit because we need to get that heart rate going because we are gonna get into a pretty fast workout here. Good. The next thing we're gonna transition to really quickly is just to get those hamstrings going. We're just gonna do some alternating hamstring scoops here. So I want you to think about raising your toe towards the sky, towards your body, just scooping through, keeping that back nice and flat as well. Will be good. We'll do a couple more on each side before we transition into some sit-ups to get our core warm because we have lots of core work for you today. Good, we can go ahead and lay on the ground here. We're gonna have 2 different versions. As I said, Kristen's doing the Mayhem Moms, so she's gonna do more of a quarter sit-up where she has a little more control of that core. So you at home can follow along with that, whether you have a different limitation or maybe you are an expecting mother or someone who has recently had a child. Good, we have about 10 seconds left to get through as many as we can and just get nice and warm because we're gonna get started here with this workout and this will be what you're doing. Good job, guys. We can go ahead and stand up because we are gonna get right to this workout. All right, guys, we need to get started. So we are starting the clock. There's 10 seconds. So we have either 10 25-foot shuttle runs or some high knees to lateral shuffle. All right, so we have Kristen doing our Mayhem Moms version here. So this can be done as controlled as you need to. You'll see she's doing more of a lateral shuffle with the high knees, while Stevie is gonna be doing our shuttle runs where he is gonna be pivoting, touching the ground, and running it out. Now, this is gonna be the first movement out of a couplet that we do. So once they finish this up, Christy has a time and Stevie has a specific number. They're gonna both move to 25, either regular sit-ups or quarter sit-ups. We'll move through that 2 times here. So we wanna make sure we're going fast. We do get rest built in. So that's an exciting thing. As you see here, Stevie is rolling to it and Kristen can now start with that. So she's gonna get down on the ground. We saw both of these movements in the warm-up, so with that being said, you should feel pretty comfortable. If you're able to knock these out like Stevie is, fast and unbroken, that's gonna be the best way to get a quick score. If you're here to just move and get a good workout in, it is okay if you need to break those up, especially if you're doing if this at all feels uncomfortable for you, we can actually move to what is called a pelvic tilt. If you actually don't mind showing me, perfect. She's going to be doing just where she is moving her pelvis internally and externally, and that is especially good for any women that are going to be experiencing discomfort or coning that happens. So perfect, you can transition back to those quarter sit-ups, or if you're done, whatever that is. We are rolling through here and our clock isn't even at 2 minutes yet. So you can kind of see the pace of this is very fast. It's gonna get that heart rate spiked and then we're gonna tax our core. So it's gonna be a good one, especially if you are at home in your living room because we'll get you done fast so you can get on with your day. With This movement in particular, you'll see that she is nice, slow, and controlled. If you are using this as a sub, but you're not experiencing any pain or you're not pregnant or postpartum, you can actually speed this up. You can do quick high knees, quick lateral shuffle, quick high knees, quick lateral shuffle. This can be completely tailored to whatever you need it to be based on where you're at in your fitness level and also in your stage of life. So we're rolling through this pretty quick here. Once Kristen is done with that, she's joining Stevie, and Stevie is actually going to be coming up on the end of his second round, so he is going to be completely resting for 2 minutes. You at home, if you are in pace with Stevie or with Kristen, you're going to make sure you look at the clock and you rest for 2 minutes for you. Now, rest is important. A lot of times we can get to workouts like this and we want to cut our rest short. The purpose of this workout is we want to push ourselves super hard in the first 2 rounds, recover well, and then go right back at it just as hard in the second round. So great work here, guys. Good job. Just finishing up with that. You can also focus on your breathing here, especially if you are pregnant or postpartum and core is something you're kind of working through and building back. So looks like she finished up at 3:30. So 5:30 will be her go time. What is your go time? 4:47. So if you're keeping up with Stevie, you have about a minute of rest left. Now, in this next round, pretty much everything will stay the same, but our core movement is gonna change up a little bit. It's going to be more of a single leg, single arm movement. You'll see the difference between our Mayhem Moms version and our body weight version here. But during your rest, if you have some water, take a sip of that, get your mind right, because like I said, our goal is to go just as fast in this second portion as we did in the first one. So always fun to challenge ourselves here. Stevie has about 30 seconds or so left before he gets back to it. Let's get rolling here. Now, if running is maybe not your thing, don't let that be the reason why you do the Mayhem Moms version. Do challenge yourself to run, but if you don't have the space or perhaps you are experiencing a limitation, then we can sub and modify. Running is not everyone's favorite, but doesn't mean that we shouldn't do it. So he is getting started here again. Now with these, he is gonna make sure that he is pivoting almost the same way. You can kind of catch yourself going in circles if you aren't pivoting the same direction each time. So it can take a little bit of practice and just making sure you feel comfortable in that, so you're not doing circles and maybe getting dizzy with those shuttle runs. If you kept pace with Kristen, you have less than 15 seconds before you're getting started on your next round. Remember, it's 50 seconds of that. And then Stevie has moved on to the alternating leg V-ups. Now, this is going to be where his opposite arm reaches up and touches either the toe, the ankle, whatever that mark is for you of the opposite leg. If that is a little uncomfortable just because of perhaps your mobility, flexibility, Stevie, can you show us if you just do a bent knee? So you're gonna bend your knee, yeah. So that's still gonna get that crunch. I would like for that to be a good scaling option for you. If you find that the Mayhem Moms version is a little too scaled and you wanna try to go towards this, but maybe your hamstrings are tight, which check out our mobility pieces to, stretch that out. And then Stevie is gonna head right back. Now those 25 alternating leg V-ups are technically going to be an odd number. So if you can remember when you start on your next round, just make sure to try to start with the opposite leg and arm. Good, so as you kind of can see here, we are doing a very similar motion, but we have scaled it for those who are pregnant or postpartum in our Mayhem Moms. Now, if this is uncomfortable for you, you can kind of come up and down so she can place her butt on the ground to kind of rest herself in between reps. You don't have to bring your knee up as high. If maybe you have a belly because you are close to being a mom. So whatever feels comfortable for you. also want to make sure that we're breathing through this movement. And if anything is uncomfortable there, stop what you're doing and revert back to those pelvic tilts. We want to make sure that your safety and the baby's safety is your #1 priority. Good. We are rolling through this, guys. We're almost completely done over here in the body weight. We are finishing up our second movement in our second round. Once we're done with that, we are done. So this is a fast workout. I told you we're gonna get you in and out. No excuses for not doing a workout today. This was done in under 8 minutes. Great work. We're finishing up here in our Mayhem Moms, and for those of you who are still working, keep moving. Try to be faster than you were last time, but the #1 thing is just don't stop. You can do it. Good, finishing these out, beautiful. This can kind of get super taxing on those shoulders more than you realize. So as we showed that first time, if you have to take breaks, dropping down to your butt for a second, that is fine too. Beautiful. Good job, guys. We are almost done here. You have 25 total, so every single leg movement is 1 rep. Very nice. Perfect. Good work. Good job. We're so proud of our athletes here in the studio and you guys at home. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I hope that you had as much fun as we did. If you are not a part of the Mayhem family, we would love for you to join us. There's something for anyone, no matter what your fitness level is, how confident you feel in this sort of thing. We are here to guide you along the way. So make sure you do your cool down and mobility. I promise you, you won't regret it afterwards. We hope you have a wonderful day and we'll see you around next time.